everyone, this is Miss Lindsay. Evan is here with me today, my son, and I just wanted to give you guys some tools at home so you can help your kids with cutting. I always like to start off with activities that provide opportunities for open and closing like you would with the scissors, but in another activity. So I wanted to show you a couple activities that you can do at home with materials that you may have at home. The first one is clothespins. I love clothespins because you have to stabilize with one hand and hold the clothespin with the other hand. And it kind of works on the same open and close movement that you would when you're using a scissors. And so what I did here is I just did a couple of the uppercase letters of the alphabet and I did lowercase letters on the clothespin. You could do colors, color this one color and write the color in the colored marker. You could do numbers, like with a number on here and some dots on here. So there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. But then, Evan, you want to show? You would just have your child match and you try to have them thumb up.
And that is my
thumb up, so E, like you would with the scissors. So what's that one, Evan? T. So he'd find it, he has to scan for it and put it on. And you want to show with one more?
Yep. Of course.
Okay. So
this is easy because I mean kids are gonna
right.
6.5.
Yes, right. Okay, so that would be one activity using the clothespins. If you don't have any at home, I'm sure you can get them at the dollar store. But if you don't want to go to the dollar store, Amazon probably you can buy them in bulk. Another activity that is good is using tongs. If you don't have tongs like this, you could use kitchen tongs, you could use tweezers. All of those most of us have at home. I just use a recycled egg carton, and for this one again I wrote numbers, but you could do colors, you could do a lot of different things. And if you don't have pom-pom balls, you can use cotton balls or any other small item that you can pick up with a tong, with a tong. So Evan, do you want to show how you would do it? When your child is using the tongs, you want to try to have them use their first 3 fingers and try to have them tuck their 4th and 5th finger below. So they're using similar to a pencil grip. So all of these activities help with strengthening that would give you the skills that you need for cutting. You could also use like chip clips. You could use squirt bottles at home. What else could you use? You could like any type of spray bottle would be good. All of that just to help with the strengthening. Okay, so that would be that one.
Yep.
You can also, if you don't want to do it this way, you could just have them sort. Let's say you have 2 colors, you could have them sort into 2 different bowls. So there's lots of ways to do that. Okay, so when we start with cutting, the first skill that I work on is snipping. So there's lots of different ways we can snip. We can use a straw, and you can have your child just work on snipping, thumbs up, to snip the straw. Okay, and then after you've done that, you can even have them lace the straw onto a string. You could also, for snipping, have them do Play-Doh. So Evan, do you want to roll this into a big, you want to roll it into a snake? So you could first work on pushing it into a snake.
Yeah.
Roll, 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 make sure they're pushing it down. Work this up.
Because we fix.
Yeah, pretty strong. Okay.
Not flat now.
So after they've rolled it, you could work on snipping the snake. You could integrate it into play. If your child's playing with farm animals, you could have them snip to make food for the farm animals. You could have them, here Evan, you could make rocks for your dump truck. So again.
You know I have a better dump truck.
Okay, this one's pretty good though.
Yeah,
Okay.
my oldest one.
So those would be some snipping activities. When we're working with the scissors, we want thumbs up, thumbs up. So thumbs up in the scissors and thumbs up for the hand holding the paper. If your child is having trouble keeping both hands in that position, you could just put a little dot on both of their thumbs, or you could use a stamp, you could use a sticker, you could use a dot, and then tell them to make sure their thumbs that they can see the dot when they're cutting, and that would help them keep their thumbs in that position. If they're having trouble opening and closing the scissors, I really like this scissors. I'll try to tag it in the post. It's called the Mate Koopy scissors, and it is the same as the regular scissors in terms of how you position your fingers, but you can put this tab up and then it just spring loads it open to give a little bit of input to help with opening the scissors. When you start with snipping, we're looking for just, you can just have your child snip paper. Snip, snip, snip. Okay? Once they've mastered that and they've got the positioning down, you could do little lines. A visual sometimes helps them with that line. Evan, you want to show how you would do it?
But how would you do it?
So you're just going to snip on here, and then you're going to stop at the...
Stop that sticker.
Okay, and so... Okay, so that's how you would cut like that, thumb up, thumb up. Once you're working on longer lines, you could just, you could integrate it into a craft. If your child likes cars, you can have them cut on the line here, or trains, you can have them try to cut across the train track. So it's just different ways to keep them interested in the task. You could also, Evan, you want to try this one? You could put some stickers on the path. That helps with the visual, so you want to cut right through the scissor, right through the stickers.
Bye-bye, stickers.
Okay, so we cut right through just to give more of the visual. When you're cutting shapes, you could put a sticker at each corner to help them with the visual of cutting to each corner and then rotating the paper. One other thing, if they're doing circles,
Digimon.
to help work with cutting a circle. Right, can you show me how you cut out this? When you're holding the child the paper, if you leave it on the table and you tell them to cut it, here, let me just show you. Here, Evan. They may just, Evan knew to flip his thumb up, but they may, when you're picking a piece of paper off of the table, you typically pick it up like this. And a child that's not independently rotating their thumb to a thumbs up position, they may just pick it up like this and start cutting. If you push them back a little bit from the table, here, Evan, put the scissors in your hand, and hand them the paper, it's more likely they will put their thumb in a thumbs up position when they're receiving the paper from you. And then when we're cutting this guy, we're trying to make him dizzy. So I try to have the child rotate the paper while they're cutting to make him dizzy when we're working on circles. If the child is right-handed, they should come up the shape on the right side. If they're left-handed, you should try to have them come up the shape on the other side.
Everything.
And I like the Fiskars brand for scissors best. They are supposed to work for left-handed and right-handed cutters, but I find lefties it doesn't work as well for. You can actually get left-handed scissors where the blades are on the other side. So if your child is left-handed, I do recommend getting a specific left-handed scissors, and I'll try to tag those as well. When you start cutting, it's best to use thicker paper like construction paper or cardstock, and then progress to thinner paper. It's also good to use thick bolded lines, and with progression you can make the lines thinner, but the thicker paper and the thicker lines would also benefit as a child is learning to cut now. But if you have any questions, let me know, and hope that helped. Thank you.